Okay. What I'd like to do is just give you some strategies for finding journal articles that don't pop up right away. One of the things with databases is, as I mentioned already, they're not Google. They're not going to be as instant gratification as Google. So one of the things that I want to teach you, or at least show you, is just a couple strategies on how to get things that you might need. And again, it's one thing when you're searching for articles to gather research, but if you're looking for a specific article and you don't get the article you want, you can't give up. And again, these search skills are going to be more relevant as you progress through your graduate degree program because, well, you'll have to do research in other classes, and many of you will have to do either a capstone project or a thesis. So as an example here, I'm going to use one of the ones from earlier in the year. I know one that we had some trouble finding as a group here was the Besnoy and Clark article. And basically your first task is always just to kind of search for the article name. Okay, so I'm going to highlight the article name here and I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go to the library website. And the first strategy is always just to, hey, let's paste this in there. And you notice there didn't copy it all the way. There's a word limit or a character limit on the on that search bar there, but we'll give it a try anyway. And it doesn't find anything. So let's see here. I think the end of this was content area literacy. So let's see if that helps. Nope, nothing. Okay, so let's go back. Let's try this again. Let's try it for the articles here. Maybe we need to be a little more specific. And so let's paste it here, just to be safe. And again, nothing shows up. So another thing you can do is search for the journal. There could be a case where, hey, maybe we don't have the journal in here, and you might have to use another resource to find it. Of course, I wouldn't do that to you in class, but that's something you may want to consider. So the name of this journal is Journal of Media Literacy Education. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to look and copy for that. Journal of Media Literacy Education. And what you'll see here, if I slide this over a little bit, is that yes, they do have this journal. And they have everything from 2009 to the present. Now, it could be because this is a newer journal, or it could be just when the database picked it up. So we click on that. Now, there's usually two things that you can do in this case once you're actually at some sort of search of the journal. You can search within the publication, and it'll look different depending on the database, but there'll usually be, hey, search within this journal. Or I can browse through and find the article I want based on the year and the issue. So let's just try this first. Let's search within the publication. And so I'm going to go ahead and enter the search term. I'm going to enter, oops, I need to re-enter the article name there. So I'll go back and get that. Connecting the old to the new with technology crazed. There we go. Copy that and paste that there and see what I get. And hey, the article shows up. Okay, so that's one way. You can download the full PDF, in which case it would either show it to you this way or download it here. Just depending on which browser you're using, it might just go ahead and download it. Otherwise, it'll put it up in a reader, a PDF reader embedded in your browser. So let's say it didn't show up that way. And let's say I want to browse and find it another way. So I'm going to go back, and if I look, I see that this occurred in 2010. It is the second volume of the journal, so it's a relatively new journal, and it's the first issue. And those are the page numbers. So let's kind of keep that in mind. Volume 2, Issue 1 starts on page 47. And it was published in 2010. So I could search here, 2010, Volume 2, Issue 1. I'm going to click on that. And it gives me all the articles in that issue. And if I scroll back up here, here it is. Now, again, each database is going to have subtle differences in it. But most of them, if you go this route, will have either a search feature within that the database or within that journal, so you can find specific articles, or you have it lists all the years, and you can search by year, break that down, search by um, volume, search by issue, search by page number, and kind of expand that out like I did there. Those are going to be two ways that you can approach it if you cannot find an article just by typing it in at the beginning there. Sometimes you got to do a little more digging. Databases aren't perfect. Clearly, it's in the Grand Valley database. And we have access to it through Grand Valley. But clearly, as you saw, I was not able to find it simply by typing the name of the article into the original text bar. So sometimes you got to do a little bit more digging. And again, that's just one of the catches of searching through databases. Sometimes you have to be a little more creative. So those are some ways that you can find articles through various means if the first and easiest method fails.